Hi, my name is Jackson Burnett, and today the findings of Ashmore Retail's HRM process will be reviewed. Ashmore Retail, located at Robina Town Centre, is currently suffering from poor human resource management. Based on this, current procedures need to be changed, and also new procedures need to be implemented to allow Ashmore Retail to continue to survive and grow well into the future of the business. Current staff at Ashmore Retail have many concerns that have been voiced. These are high staff turnover, poor job descriptions, insufficient pay, and cases of gender and sexual discrimination. This could all be stemmed by the management system within Ashmore Retail. Ashmore Retail currently adopts a flat business structure. As a flat business structure allows staff to feel on the same level as everyone else, it can lead to leadership problems and other issues. Flat structure does allow all staff to feel free, and some staff feel it allows them to gain more respect for higher staff, as they are all treated the same. But when looking at a survey conducted by major businesses using a hierarchical structure, it is evident that while lower staff members prefer the flat system, staff with higher roles, such as management, believe that a flat system leads to less respect and less willingness to perform. A hierarchical system allows staff to have respect for any higher staff member. By the implementation of a solid hierarchical system, it will improve staff efficiency as they feel the separation from management. Within Ashmore Retail, the pay gap is quite noticeable. When compared to the industry average, it is clear to see that staff are paid several $1,000s less. The most obvious is the marketing manager. Currently, the industry average is $79,229 per annum, whereas at Ashmore Retail, the marketing manager is paid $60,000 per annum. This is a negative difference of almost $20,000. The graph shows that staff who are paid above the industry average are 67% more likely to perform above and beyond their role. When a higher pay rate is allowed, staff feel more valuable and are happy to work overtime or conduct duties that their role isn't meant to usually cover. Ashmore Retail adopts an external recruitment procedure. This means that as opposed to training current staff to progress and take over a higher role, the business will hire staff for that role externally. As seen in the graph, staff that are recruited externally will cost the company 32% more than a current staff member. According to Business Insider, this figure is made up by taking into account the cost of training, the cost of time to train, new uniforms and essential items supplied to the staff, and the higher pay rate required. While there are benefits for externally recruited staff, such as a fresh perspective on the business, it is a better option for the business to recruit internally, as it allows the business to save up to 32%. It also allows current staff members to feel at ease, as they already know the staff and have worked with the staff member receiving the promotion. Ashmore Retail currently lacks in the correct use of training and performance appraisals. According to Stimulus 4, by training correctly and developing staff, engagement levels can rise by 67%. The store can be 61% more efficient and turnover rates can decrease by 30%. One of Australia's largest companies, JPL Group, whose revenue is over $2 billion per annum, implement a weekly coaching log. This coaching log is a one-on-one, 5-minute block with a staff member and their supervisor. During this time, the staff member will be asked to review their weekly targets. After reviewing their weekly targets and their actual sales, the supervisor prompts the staff to also review their 5-star selling procedure. This process allows the staff member to be able to see where they need to improve and what they will need to improve by next week's coaching log. Furthermore, Ashmore Retail staff have complained that there have been numerous acts of sexual and gender discrimination. As seen in the graph, customers can sometimes feel more comfortable if they are being served by a staff member of the same sex. This entitles the customer to be more likely to make a purchase within the store. Ashmore Retail also needs to be careful they do not breach the Discrimination Act 1984. Ashmore Retail needs to implement strategies to improve its current HRM situation. By implementing the following strategies, the company will not only have a happier and easier internal operation, but it will also increase the sales and profit of Ashmore Retail. Firstly, Ashmore Retail needs to change its current employee training and coaching system. By having staff that are correctly trained, the company is able to rely on staff to be able to close the deal with customers. This will also allow them to fulfill their roles within the company, as they will have training in multiple areas. Ashmore Retail should introduce a 5-star selling guide, as it will allow staff and supervisors to find their weak spots and their strengths. Secondly, Ashmore Retail needs to eliminate the pay gap between their staff and the industry average. By paying staff the correct wage, the company will see an increase in staff motivation and morale. Staff who are paid the correct wage are more likely to perform their duties than not their own. Finally, Ashmore Retail needs to place its business structure in a solid hierarchical system, putting the CEO at the top and then creating roles for department managers with supervisors and general staff below them. In a retail perspective, the staff who oversee the internal office side of the business should have a separate structure than the retail staff. Therefore, it is evident that Ashmore Retail needs to implement new procedures to take actions against the current failing human resource management situation. Ashmore Retail needs to manage these problems by changing their current ways in which they manage their internal structure. The company needs to set their staff straight with a strong HRM plan that will allow the store to save money and at the same time make money.